Hello everyone, this is Lachette with Scarlet Moon Creations and I'm back with a favorites video. These are my February 2018 favorites. So this month, this is going to be a much shorter video than the first time. I only have a handful of things, or maybe two handfuls of things to talk about that were my favorites this month, or in February, I should say. So let's just get started. First of all, Tarot Proz, tarotproz.com. First of all, please go out and check their website, tarotproz.com. Tarot Proz is one of those readers, tarot oracle card readers that I personally admire, and the way they put together their website is absolutely amazing. It takes a lot of work to, one, create a safe space, particularly on the internet. Also, I appreciate the way they have things like trigger warnings for people, and beyond that, it's just a beautifully designed website. But anyway, so this past month in February, Tarot Proz put together a tarot challenge for anyone to participate in, either on Tumblr or on Instagram or wherever you decided to participate. And there were some prizes that could be won, but I didn't win a prize because I'm just that bad at following a daily tarot practice. But anyway, all of that aside, the tarot challenge they put together was a tarot ad lib, and basically every day they posted a prompt, which was a sentence or three with some missing words, and you would have to pull out a card or however many missing or empty spaces there were, and use that card to fill in the blank, basically. And it was a very thoughtful, thought-provoking challenge. I've never done something like that with tarot or oracle or any kind of divination tool. So I just greatly enjoyed the challenge and watching other people. So their website has been sitting up here. The page for the Tarot Ad Lib Challenge is there. Go and join and do the prompts if you like. Follow Tarot Proz on everything because they are awesome. So awesome. So yeah, next. This is kind of related, divination. And the other thing I did this month in February was to create this oracle deck, and that is by Over the Moon. But so we're in March right now, and last March in 2017 she did this challenge called Create This Oracle Deck, and I didn't get a chance to finish it. So in February I decided to go ahead and finish out my cards, and I've never created an oracle deck or a tarot deck or anything like that before, and the idea was intriguing to me, especially last year when my artistic creative self was feeling very strong and empowered. So what I was doing really with my 2017 deck for that challenge was kind of using different art mediums and different art techniques, and I didn't get to finish, so I finished that up in February. If you are interested, Kirsten and Over the Moon Oracle decks, she brought the challenge back this year in March 2018. So as this video is here, it's already happening. So check out her website. These are the current prompts, and you can tag your cards create this Oracle deck 2018 to join us this year. I am participating this year. My deck is a little bit different, but I just want to talk about February, what I was doing. So next, this is flowing really nicely. Speaking of Instagram, my favorite Instagrammer this month has to be Lupita Nyong'o. And God, I am hoping I'm pronouncing her name right. I might just like insert a clip of me later pronouncing it properly. This is a woman who is roughly my age and killing it. She's very beautiful, very talented, very just, there's an inner light that just shines out, and she's also very fierce and confident and herself, and that is in a way that I feel like it is not something I really experienced from a celebrity growing up. Like, I can't think of a black female celebrity, definitely not like a model actress, that I felt, you know, a connection, like we had something in common with. And I mean, there are plenty out there that are amazing and that I enjoyed growing up and that I respect and admire. But this is, like I said, Lupita is a woman who is around my age, very close. And her kind of, I don't want to say morals because that's not what I'm going for. Her outlook on life, her ideals are very similar to mine, or where I want mine to get to, so that's what I'm going for. And of course, part of the reason that she's so freaking awesome, this is February favorites. February is National Black History Month here in the United States, and during this month, during President's Week, I think, or whatever, President's Day happened, and then like there's a lot of like school was out for a week during the week of President's Day or something. It's weird. Anyway, Black Panther, the movie, came out, and guys, I'm a nerd. I haven't really shown that too much on this channel. It'll slowly leak out over time. But I'm a nerd and a geek, and I do enjoy comic books and cartoons and anime and a lot of all of that geeky stuff. And Black Panther is one of them. As a black woman, seeing Marvel like roll this out, and more importantly, like Ryan Coogler and the cast of the movie like promote, has been like, yeah. And I just if I had pom-poms, they'd be out right now and I'd be shaking them. It's been amazing. And then the movie came out, but part of that, you know, promotion, whether, you know, on the books or not, is that, like I said, the cast and the director and the producers kind of, you know, hyping it up on their social media channels. And Lupita is one of Dora Milaje, and she is an actress in the movie. And so if you haven't seen Black Panther, and you can, please go and see it. If you have and you can afford to do so again, go see it again, because it's a great movie. And it has been an absolute joy watching Lupita promote Black Panther as she travels around the world for all the premieres, and forces Michael B. Jordan to do push-ups at random times. It's just, she's just an awesome girl, woman, and she's great. So enough about her because I've talked like 3 minutes just about her. But yeah, so Black Panther was another of my favorites in February. So go check it out. Let's see. Next, let's move on to Facebook for a little bit. I'm in a lot of groups on Facebook. That's something that has cropped up in the last 2 or so years. One of the recent ones that I quite enjoy, I think I joined at the very end of February, is Astrology Rebels. Now, this is a Facebook group, like I mentioned, and they are, you have to join the group to be able to see the content. So this is their website, but which has a link to the group, and you can go from there. But one of the reason I joined Astrology Rebels, a lot of Facebook groups and then other forums and stuff, they have a lot of rules about what you can and cannot post. This is honestly just the thing about any group of people, and the Astrology Rebels, it's like, throw those rules out the window. As long as you're not nasty to other members of the group, anything goes. So astrology memes, personal questions, getting information from people so to help you study charts and learn astrology is something that is not, a lot of that stuff is not always allowed in other astrology groups for various reasons, and it's understandable, but sometimes you just want to see the nonsense. And sometimes, you know what, just, putting out there what you think, or having, gritty discussions about what certain signs do, what their traits are, and their what's the word I'm looking for? Stereotypes. That is, sometimes you just need to have those discussions, even if everyone doesn't agree with you, just having the flow of conversation back and forth with many people is helpful. So check out Astrology Rebels. Next, YouTube. So here I am on YouTube talking about YouTube channels. 2 channels. One I started following towards the tail end of 31 Days of Tarot, from the YouTube Pagans group on Facebook, and that's Jessica the Story Witch. She's fairly new to YouTube, like I am, though I think I've been posting a little bit longer than her, at least just comparing this channel to her channel. Our channels are not the same, but Jessica is awesome. First of all, her intro is awesome. Go to her channel, watch any video, check out the intro. She leaves a link in the description to the person who created that intro. It's absolutely beautiful to watch, and her outro. Beyond that, her posts are very thought-provoking. She's doing the YouTube Pagans ABCs thing. She does. She did the 31 Days of Tarot. She does dark moon readings and intention settings, which is cool. She has some bullet journaling as well, and she does tags for witchcraft and divination, and it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just because she's Welsh and I have this love of Wales, and I don't know, just hearing her speak is like, oh. But I like, beyond the accent, I like how she speaks. It's not with authority, but it's with confidence. And also, one of her videos was about blood and using blood in your magic and that kind of thing, and I really respected the hell out of her for doing that video. So yeah, just go check out Jessica the Story Witch. Second person, now I'm gonna I'm going to pinpoint a series of videos by this person, because otherwise I would go on and on and on and on and on. And also I know she's probably going to pop up in the future in favorites videos. Carl Ben's Boho Berry. And this is her channel. Specifically, we're focusing on the 1 month in my bullet journal video series. So this is the third time she's done it. She does it, I think it's every February and September, and it's very helpful. If you want to be productive in your bullet journal and follow, you know, and get into the habit of doing it daily, this is a series to follow. So, like I said, she's done it 3 times. She did it twice last year, and now this past February she did it the 3rd time. And it's nice to see the details of how somebody uses their bullet journal every single day. Because most bullet journalers on YouTube, they just post a video, like plan with me videos, or sometimes like certain hacks. So either you see like a whole entire month, or you see just like 1 page or 1 spread, which is 2 pages, for those not in a book journaling world. But this is how I use all of my spreads and my daily pages and my weekly and all that, how the system works in a month. And one of the positive things about YouTube and the with me video, so like clean with me, plan with me, work with me, whatever, write with me, hand letter with me, it's for me, it's kind of soothing. So you can put the video on and you do your thing while they're doing their thing. And like I said, it's very helpful with getting you into that rhythm of doing your bullet journaling, your planning every day while watching those daily videos. So go check out Boho Berry's 1 month in my bullet journal from February. Next, okay, this is what I did this year. I mentioned in my January video that I'm doing the Beat the Backlist Challenge, which is focusing on books on my to-be-read pile. Now, one of the things you can do is reread books or reread series. And while that doesn't get rid of things that you've never read before, but there are certain books that you want to read again and have to it. And some of those books for me, I'm just going to pull them up here so you can see them, is the Anita Blake series. And it's the Anita Blake Vampire Hunter series by Laurel K. Hamilton, who is awesome. I have been reading this series since I was at most 16. I could have been younger, maybe 15, probably 15. Maybe even 14, I don't know. So this series, this book, this character, Anita Blake, this author, Laurel K. Hamilton, has been a big influence on my life. Rereading, I own the entire series. Let's just put that out there. But I haven't gotten a chance to reread it in a while. So, like, I basically grew up into a woman in this series. I'm 30, I'm 33 and I can't count my own age. But, Anita Blake and many of the other characters have definitely had influence in my life. And I'm just going to show you guys real quick some of the books. The website I had up here was showing you what's the word I'm looking for. I had scrolled down to the end of the list because the way Laurel K. Hamilton has it listed on her website is she has the books like in chronological order from newest to oldest. So I'm just gonna show you. Now the earlier books I have all in paperback. There's number 1, Guilty Pleasures. And the thing is, the books have gotten so long now. I don't even... My mom hooked into this series and she's been rereading it recently. It's come out several times as being like new versions, I guess. I don't know how to say that. New editions. There we go. God. Circus was there. So these covers are a little bit damaged because they are, you know, paperbacks and well loved. Okay, I don't want to hear nothing. And this is a long, ongoing series, so don't expect to come to this and be like, yeah, I'll be finished soon. I love the character development. I know a lot of people started getting upset with, you know, some of the things. This is a, I guess, I'm trying to think of the word. Not urban fantasy, I guess. Urban fantasy. Not fiction. So Anita is a vampire hunter, but also a necromancer. And there's vampires, there's werewolves, or in other were animals. There's all kinds, well, not all kinds of magic, but you know, some magic, and it gets kind of bloody and gory, and as you go through the series, it gets more and more sexually explicit. Didn't bother me in the beginning. That it's also somewhat of a police procedural, so I just think that there's so much in there. I like series. I like following my characters as they develop. So check this series out. And to show you guys really, like, this is the latest book. Crimson Death. Right? This is the hardcover version. This is how thick it is. Actually, no, this is not the latest book. I'm so sorry. This came out, I think, 2 years ago. So... this is not the latest book. This is the last book that I own, though. So I have to get the one that's after this. I think there's one after this. But anyway, this one is number 11, 12, 24. Not including 2 or 3 anthologies and I think 2 short stories in multiple author anthologies, so they get this thick after a while. So yeah, check it out. I love it so much. Next, self-care for me is important. That's kind of the foundation of my business here, Scarlet Creations, and I've been getting back into doing yoga. I've been getting back into doing yoga for months now, but in February I decided to stop relying on my memory and the couple of books that I have and try following some yoga practices. And I went with using an app, not something I do very often for something like this. And Daily Yoga is an app that has free and paid options, and I've been doing the free options, and it's been refreshing, and I don't know, it's just like a really, really good stretch in muscles that you don't normally get to stretch, and I don't know how to verbalize that feeling. The videos are short and sweet. The community on there, because there's like forums, you can talk to people, is very nice. You can earn points, you can get some extras here and there. There are paid options for more advanced courses and sequences and just flow. They have meditations on there, so it's not just yoga. So do check out the Daily Yoga app. It's awesome. Lastly, I don't even know where to categorize this. The Olympics. I am not like a huge super duper sports fan. I will say the sports that I used to love and watch all the time on TV are not like the big three. Here in the US, the big three are football, basketball, and baseball. Not sports I really care about watching on TV. In fact, they will either put me to sleep, bore me out of my mind, or send me running to find something else to do. Yeah, I might watch them in person, but even then, I'm not that interested in like professional or even college level sports enough. Like, if there are people I know playing, then I'll be interested, but otherwise, it doesn't really do anything for me. But the Olympics, that's another thing. There's no American football in the Olympics, so I'm not going to go into that. But anyway, we had in February the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics, and Pyeongchang is a city in South Korea. And as a K-pop fan for the last 10 years, it was interesting to watch that happen in South Korea. But man, winter sports, I love ice skating. I just love watching ice skating, like the nationals and the local competitions here in the U.S. and some of the abroad stuff. It's all moved off to cable, which I refuse to pay for. So I don't really get a chance to watch it, but it was awesome, catching up with who's who in ice skating and in skiing, and in curling, which is interesting. So that was nice. I don't know, just having the Olympics on. Also, I want to say the opening ceremony and closing ceremonies for the Olympic Games, no matter whether it's the Paralympics or the regular Olympics or the Winter Olympics or the Summer Olympics, it's just cool. It's amazing to see how these countries represent their cultures, just to learn, and culture is many things. It's history, it's language, it's the arts, it's architecture, and how the people dress, and seeing how those countries see themselves and how they want to be seen by the rest of the world is always awe-inspiring. But that's it for my February phase. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you guys in March. Bye.